Okay, so guys, kernel is the thing. Okay, kernel is nothing but it is just the one, one software, I can say, that can help us to run this particular code in the Jupyter notebook. Okay, like in the navigator you will see that there's so many things. Okay, for each and everything there is a kernel, and kernel will help you to run your code, okay, as a Python code, because these are not the Python software. These are the, these are the web pages or the IDEs created by someone else or the open source, platforms, right? And they are, you know giving their software to, use their software and interact with or implement your Python code. You can run your Python code in this software as well, in these IDs as well, right? So that is nothing but the kernel, I would say. Okay, now here you can say, you can start, like, let's say this is my output. Okay, now I just wanted to restart the kernel and create all the outputs. Okay, I'll go and do this, and here you can see, yeah, now you can see my outputs were gone, right? Now you can again rerun this from the scratch. Now see, initial, like, input value is nothing over here, right? If I am running this particular code or executing this, now you can see input is 1. Okay, which means that, okay, one time this particular cell is executed, like that. Okay, you can explore this thing, you can save the notebook, clear the notebook, you can download the notebook as well, you can see that the help. And one more thing, guys, okay, other than these keyboard shortcuts, you can see that if you want any help regarding the notebook as well as the markdown, as well as if you want some references to learn Python or any other languages or libraries of Python, you are free to use these references, like NumPy references is there, SkyPy references is there, Matplotlib references is there. Okay, these are the library which will help you to build your model, which will help you to, you know visualize your data, which will help you to read your data set. Okay, we'll be talking about this all the libraries in upcoming part of our session. Okay, so let us go and write some code. We have written a print hello world. Okay, so this is the starting. Okay, now let's say, okay, I just wanted to, write this. What is this? This is a x variable, right? This is a y variable. Okay, now if I wanted to store this value, okay, I wanted to store this value, these are nothing, x are nothing but the containers, x and y. Okay, these x and y are the variables in Python. Okay, and these are the values which are storing in this particular variables respectively. Okay, now this is the variables are nothing but the containers. Okay, like if you wanted to write something over here, okay, let me go over here, let me use this. Okay, and I just wanted to, explain something. So, like, variable. Okay, so what is variable? Variables are nothing but the, variables are nothing but the containers. Okay, containers. And you can use this, okay, these to store values. Okay, not just the values, your text data as well, right? So these are the variables. Okay, now how you can store the text data? Okay, let's say z is my another variable. I just wanted to store the text data. Okay, and what is my text data? This is my text data. Okay, and I just want the print for this z. Okay, let me run this. Okay, and now here you can see z is the variable. Okay, and in the z we store this string. String is nothing but the text data. Okay, and we just printed the variable which is the z, and we got the value which is nothing but the text data. Okay, these are the variables, I would say. Okay, so this is the one data type, I would say. Now let's clear this, because we'll be talking about the pandas library in the upcoming part of this session. So now what next? Let's explain the indentation are nothing but the block of code. Okay, indentation are nothing but the block of code. Okay, so let's say you are creating a yes, spaces at the beginning. Okay, like let's say you are writing a if statement. Like this is my if statement. Let's say 10 is greater than, let's say, 4. Okay, and this is my first statement. Okay, and here you can see that, okay, 10 is greater than 4, right? So let me run this from here. Okay, now here you can see that, okay, what is this? This is the block of code, or we can say that the indentation. Understood, guys? This is the block of code or nothing but the indentation, right? Now you can see that, okay, like if you are not using the indentation, then what will happen? Let me remove this indentation. Yeah, let's run this by using shift plus enter, and you can see that the errors. Okay, what kind of error is this? What kind of error is this? It's an indentation error. In the name itself you can see that there is indentation error, which means that you will have to add the indentation over here. Where? See over here, you can see the angle as well. Okay, if you have to, before this print, you will have to add the indentation. Let me add the indentation. Okay, and let's rerun it, and you can see that we got the output again. Okay, so this is the use case of indentation. Okay, now why we are using this indentation? How to use in how to add indentation? Yes, you can see that. See, uh, okay, let's say again, if okay, 10 is greater than 4, okay, colon, and by just entering it, you can see that, okay, indentation is automatically by added by the Jupyter notebook itself. Okay, that's how we can add the indentation. You don't need to add by yourself. It will add the indentation automatically. Okay, then just don't remove the indentation. Then if we're talking about the indentation, why to use indentation in our code? Like I just don't want to use the indentation. So why there is a need of using indentation? Because it's readability. It's readability. It's very, if there is a 10 line of code is there. See, like if you are sharing this particular you know code with someone else, so how can that person understand what is there inside the code? Okay, so at that time you will have to use the indentation. Okay, you will have to use the indentation. That's the thing. Now let's go further and understand the next thing, which is nothing but the, so definitely like this. Okay, like let's say you just remove the indentation. Let's say run this. Okay, I remove the indentation, and here you can see that I got the error, indentation error. Okay, now how Jupyter notebook understand this particular error is an indentation error? Okay, because which is already there in the code of Jupyter notebook. Okay, so because of that, Jupyter notebook is able to understand which kind of error is this. Okay, now if there is no indentation block is there, so that's why Jupyter notebook able to show us, or able to throw us that this is an indentation error. And where this error happen, over here you can see with this particular arrow. See, so you can see that yes, here, okay, before print function I would have to add the indentation. Okay, that's how you can get to know that. Okay, like where you can add this, right? Now let's go ahead with the further topic, which is nothing but the comments. Okay, which is nothing but the comment. Now as I explain this term, which is nothing but this particular markdown cell. Okay, now if you wanna, sometimes let's say if you don't wanna add this, okay, let's say you are writing in one cell, okay, you are writing 50 line of code, and understood. So if you are writing 50 line of code, so you can't explain that 50 line of code in this particular markdown cell. Okay, because okay, if someone who don't know what is there in your code, so for that, okay, you will have to write the the explanation about your code at each and every line. Let's say I'm adding hash over here, I'm adding, this is the if statement, you know statement is this. Okay, here if statement is starting, let's say, so this is my comment. Okay, this is my comment. Let's go and run this and you can see. Okay, comment doesn't affect my code, right? One more thing is that readability is increase. Understood? Readability is increase. So this is the thing. So you can add the comment at the starting of your code, you can add anywhere. You can't add the in between. Okay, you can't the comment, you can't add the comment over here. You can add the comment at the beginning, at the above, I can say. Okay, after the code, then you can use this over here. You can add the comment over here as well, you know here as well. Now this is the one more thing. Now what is another thing? There is absolute difference between comment and heading. Okay, one most popular difference is nothing but the heading is nothing but here the itself. In the heading is nothing but, let's say, title. Okay, or you are starting some new topic from here, right? That is nothing but the heading. If you are commenting, which means you are explaining this code. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, you can go ahead with the heading. Okay, whenever there is a new topic coming, let's say there are 7 steps in data science projects, right? So first, okay, you will have to, okay, if you are making a presentation, you will have to add the step 1, which is nothing but the problem formulation. So at that time, you, instead of basics of Python, you can write the problem formulation over there, and you can write your problem over there and mention the step 1, right? You can't go ahead and you can't mention this thing over here, step 1, step 2. It's very difficult to read that step 1 is starting from here. Okay, because there is thousands line of code you will see in each and every data science project. So if you are adding step 1 over here, so like no one understand, right? So you will have to, if you add the step 1 over here, so it's very easy to visually it's very easy to see, yes, step 1 is starting from here, right? So that's the main difference between the heading and comments. Comments we are using for the explaining our code if there is a lot of large number of code is there, and heading is nothing but just explaining, yes, we are starting particular topic from here. Okay, right? This is a one line comment. Okay, what if I just wanted to add the multiple line of comment? So at each and every time I'll have to add the hash at the starting of this particular line. So is there any another option for this or no? Yes, absolutely there is. another option for this. And what was that? Just use the three, double quote or single quote. I will be using a three double quote because it's very easy, right? Yes, absolutely. Use three single quote or double quote. Let's say, see, uh, you know, you know, let's welcome to, you know, data science fast track course, right? And here I just wanted to add the, my name, you know, trainer name, right? Right? I just wanted to your name as well, like the Apurva, right? Attendees, you know, right? So like I can add the few people's names as well, XYZ, yes, ABC, like that. So this is going to be the, let's run this and you can see that. Okay. Now what is the difference? Okay, now I just added the, multiple line of comment. So but I just, I got the output in one line, but the main purpose of mine is resolved. And what was that? Okay, here my, Jupyter notebook just ignore this particular thing. Okay, ignore this particular thing. Okay, I didn't got any output, right? Now here you can see that if you add the backslash n over here, so you will be able to see this thing. Okay, like this is the comment, that's why, okay, you won't be able to see the, the multiple line, okay, output in multiple lines, but definitely you will get the output in multiple lines as well. Okay, now what was next? Let us talk about, okay, the, as we mentioned over here, okay, we talked about the variables, what is variable, right? Then we'll be talking about the string. Let us talk about the string. Let me convert this into the markdown cell. Before the, and before that particular sentence, if you use hash sign, it will, you know, it will throw that particular, statement as a comment. Let's say in this particular cell, if I'm using this x equal to 5 and I'm printing the same x and running this, so here you can't see this because this is just the comment, because this is just the comment. Python directly ignore this and just Python execute this two line of code. Okay, that's the thing, that's the use of comment. Okay, so you don't have to add the hashes for each and every line. Okay, that's the purpose. Okay, and here you can see, let's say if I am you know creating, let's say is very basic if statement. Okay, let's say value of a equal to 10 and value of b equal to 20, and I am creating if else statement, okay, by using a and b. Okay, and after this colon you will see that I just enter it. Okay, after this colon you will see that I just enter it, you will see that, and I'm creating this print statement and I'm saying that, okay, if a is greater than b, if that is, okay, if that is correct, so give me output as the true. Okay, let me run this. Okay, I got the, I got no output because this statement is, uh, incomplete. I'll use the else and I can use the same thing. Okay, I'll use a print. Okay, wait a minute guys, huh? Okay, yeah. So I'm using print false. Yep. Okay, and let me run this. And here you can see I got the output as a false. And now here you can see I just added the indentation over here, print, because okay, for this if statement, okay, there is a requirement for this indentation, then only we can be okay, this code will run. Okay, if I remove this indentation, okay, let me go and run this. I got the error, and my error is saying that this is going to be the indentation error. Okay, if I am okay going with this let's say uh, any different error, so definitely it will throw us a definite different error, not the indentation error. It will specify the error name, okay, whether the syntax error is there, or the indentation is there, or any other error is there, right? So right now there is an indentation error, okay, because I just remove the indentation from here. Okay, and indentations are very much useful to read the code. Okay, it will like indentation are just improving the readability of the code. You see, it is just improve the readability of the code. So that's why we are using the indentation. That's it, no other use for this indentation. Okay, it will improve your readability. So there are a lot of things at that time we'll be using the indentations, not only for the if statement. This is just the example, okay, to show you, because if else statement is very easy to understand. If I write any difficult any complicated formula or the loop here, then you will not understand that thing. So to understand the main intention, what I am trying to say, okay, that's why I use the if else statement, because it is very easy. Okay, anyone can understand this. Okay, so we'll explore the indentation again in the upcoming part, when we are using the for, when we are creating the for loop, while loop, you know this kind of thing. Now let's go and explore the string. Okay, but before exploring the string, okay, there are something which is important about the variables that we are talking about. The variables equal x equal to 5, y equal to 3, z equal to text data, like this. Okay, so let me create this particular thing. Okay, and in the cell, okay, we are just exploring this particular thing, which is nothing but the variable. Now guys, as we know, okay, x, y, z, or many of this, okay, these are just the names of the variables, and these are just the containers we are using it to store our data. Okay, we are using it to store our data, right? So let me create the new cell, and here you can see this is how we can get the output. Okay, now how you can write the variable names. Okay, how you can write the variable names. Let's say if I write a 3a, is this a variable name? Why? Because it starts with the number, numerical value. If the variable name starts with the number, which means that you will see an error. Okay, and what kind of error is this? This is the syntax error. This syntax is the invalid syntax. Understood? Okay, this is the explanation of error. Invalid syntax is there. We can't use the 3 as a variable name. Okay, if you remove these, you can use this now. Okay, what if I apply this, let's say, okay, let's say x, I created the x. So let's say g, okay, because I already created the x, so x, Python already store variable x as the the 10. Okay, so that's why I used another one, which is nothing but g. Okay, see here, my purpose is different. Okay, I just wanted to tell you the different thing. Okay, if this is, see, I just store a variable x equal to 10. If I write the x again, okay, variable x equal to 15, and run these, and let me remove this for few, and then we'll restart this, and here you can see, okay, it will override this. Okay, now x will
Okay.
take the new value as the 50 instead of 10. Okay, that's the thing in Python. Okay, you will find that. Okay, uh, everywhere in Python. Okay, here my purpose is to show you what are the different valid variable names you can write and what are the different invalid variable names. Okay, that's why I am using G. Okay, so let's say G equal to 15, but here if I use the this thing G and H, is this a valid variable name, guys, or not? No. Why? Because you will see that there is a space, some sign is there for the subtraction. So if I run this, you will see that, okay, syntax error again. And explanation for this error is this cannot assign to operator. Okay. Now this symbol is basically already assigned by Python as the subtraction operator. Okay, we are doing the subtraction you know by using this particular symbol in Python. So that's why, okay, we got the syntax error and the explanation for that particular error. Understood? So these are the few invalid variable names. Okay, like you can't use the number, like you can't use the you know s- the any other character, like any other symbol. You can't use the operator plus minus subtraction multiplication, you can't use that in your variable name. Okay, we can start with the underscore as well. Why? Because there is one thing. Okay, because when you are writing multiple word variable name, okay, let's say in the census data you wanna write uh, you know uh, the, let's say, education education of, let's say, someone, huh? So you can use this as a variable name. Okay, you can use this as a variable name, so you can use the underscore character, right? So you can start your variable name by underscore character or any letter, right? So that's the thing. So these are the nothing but the valid variables names. I am talking about the invalid variables name. So what are the invalid variable names? Yes, space is not allowed. Any operator symbol is not allowed. Okay, at the starting beginning of the variable name, okay, there is like number is not allowed, right? And what are the valid variable names? Like, let me show you what are the valid variable names. Like, variable is there. Okay, let's say this is the first valid variable. Okay, you can add the you know valid variable another as well. This is another valid variable name, right? Then what else you can use? You can start by underscore, okay, as well, my variable as well. So right, then you can use a small case later as well as the uppercase later for creating the variable names. Okay, you can use this as well. Okay, right? Then what else? The second thing is that, okay, you can use the number as well, but when? After this. Okay, like you can use the number as well. Okay, but after this, let me go and run this. Okay, okay, good to see. So let us go ahead with the our next topic, which is nothing but the string. Okay, now let us go ahead with the string. So what is string? It's just the text data. Welcome to the session, right? This is just the text data. And let's say if I'm going with just the A, which is nothing but the welcome to the session, you can use a print method, print, right, to get the output. So you can use a print A as well. Okay, this function, print function. Okay, and in that you can mention the variable name. With that as well, you can be able to print your output. Okay, let's go ahead and deeper into it and understand the slicing. Slicing is the method for taking the sub part of the string. Okay, slicing is the method from this. You can take the sub part of this string. Okay, or you can use any other string as well, not this. You can use any other string, and again you can use the slicing to get the sub part of your string. Okay, let me show you. Okay, and we'll be talking about the slicing. Okay, if I wanted to if I want this welcome word only. Okay, this welcome word. So how I can get this? So I'll simply use a variable name which is A. Okay, and in the square bracket, okay, I'll use the indexes. I'll use the indexes. Now what is indexes? So here you can see that string. Okay, in Python there are index for each and every letter in string. Okay, so index start with 0. You will see that the 0 index later, 1 index later, 2 index later, like this, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now what I can do is 0. Okay, 0 colon to what is 6. So in Python, okay, let me, if I use the 6, so it will definitely exclude the sixth index later. Okay, let me show you. See, I got the welcome only, not the last letter, which is E. Okay, for that I'll have to use the 7 index. So which means that last index is excluded when you are reading something in Python by using index. So which means that last index is excluded and index start with 0. Understood? So that is the thing. Now that's the one thing. If you, let's say, you can do the slicing. Okay, this is the I just added the both the things. Okay, the starting index and the ending index. Okay, let me add the index which is just the starting. Okay, let's say 7. Okay, and this is nothing but the slicing from start. This method is nothing but the slicing from the start, because end index I didn't provide it. Okay, so that is nothing but the method name called index start with. Okay, start from the. If you know uh, just don't want end from the, if you wanted to, don't want to give the start index. Okay, if you wanted to you know go ahead with the end index, let's say again 7, and here you can see. Okay, this is also possible. So which means that I'm showing you the different ways of slicing. Okay, you can use this way, either this way or either this way. You can use any way. Okay, this is from the start, this is to the end, right? And you know also one more thing, there is negative index as well. Okay, there is negative index as well. Let's say I'll be using -1. So -1 start from this. Yes, so this is going to be the -1. Okay, -1, -2, and as we know, as I mentioned, the end index, which is -1, and in Python we know that last index is excluded. That's why here we didn't got any the last index. So here you can see that the last letter is going to be n, but here we don't have any the last letter n. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, I can use this as like this. Okay, again I can use this same thing again. Okay, but in the negative index start from, and this is going to be the n2, right? Now let's go ahead with the different methods. Okay, like here uh, few inbuilt methods are there, right? No, there is no there is no mandatory situation, right? You if you don't want, then you don't use the print command as well. Okay, to get the output, you can simply use a variable name as well. Now there are few inbuilt methods as well. Okay, and what are the different methods are there? Okay, like let me show you the one method. Okay, a dot upper method is there. Okay, these are the few inbuilt methods. Okay, and this, with the help of this upper method, okay, we got the our string value, okay, in all the string values in the uppercase. Okay, three variables are this, and you wanna go with this 1 2 3. Let's go and run this. This is the x, this is the y, okay, and this is the z. Okay, understood? So this is this is how you can you know create the multiple variables in one go. Okay, you can put the one single value for multiple variables as well. You can see like this. Okay, no, you can use that as well. Okay, print x y z as well, but it will affect the output, which means that you will get the output in in one single term. Okay, so you will not able to read the output correctly. Okay, so you will not be able to read that output correctly. Okay, so that's the thing. So instead of using this print xyz, you can use like this, or you can use any different method as well. Okay, for printing the multiple variables. Okay, let me remove this because we are about to learn this thing, which is nothing but the inbuilt methods. Okay, this is how you can see. Okay, so here you can see that all the letters now we just converted into the uppercase. Okay, now what is another method? And lower method is there. Okay, so simply we can convert this uppercase into the lowercase, right? You can, okay, you can go ahead with the another method. Let's say replace. Okay, like if you wanted to replace some letter, okay, so you can free to use this. Let's say I just wanted to replace the s letter, okay, by which letter? Let's say I letter. Okay, and let me run this. So here you can see that I just replace all the s letters, right? You can use the len a, and here you go. Okay, if you wanted to see the how many letters are there. Okay, like we will be discussing about all the things. Okay, okay, this thing a minus this slicing thing. Okay, so guys, this is the negative index. Okay, like the positive index start from the beginning, in the same way negative index starts from the ending. Okay, like let's say this is the this is my string value. Okay, so negative index start from here -1, -2, -3, -4 like this, and positive index start from here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay, so as we know, okay, we apply this positive index, okay, which is nothing but start from this is n2, and here you can see that we are using negative index now. Okay, negative index. So instead of using positive index, there is another, way to use, okay, different thing, which is the negative index. You can use a negative index as well. So here guys, you can see the multiple methods which are inbuilt methods. Okay, and let me show you the few more, like let's say if I wanted to, one very much important, uh, s- method is there. You can use this method in the natural language processing, which is nothing but the split. Okay, if you wanted to, uh, you know you split your string into the, you know multiple, or the into the multiple words. Let's say here you can see the four different words. Okay, so I can simply use a split method, and by using a, spaces, here you can see the spaces. With this space I can able to, split this. So let me go and show you. So here you can see I got the list of words, also known as the bag of words. Okay, with the help of split method, this is very helpful. This is also known as the tokens. I just created the tokens as well. These are the few methods guys, okay, you can use as the inbuilt methods. Okay, there are a lot of different methods you can use. Okay, like the capitalize method. Okay, like we already have our, the first letter of our sentence is nothing but the capital, so don't need to use the capital, capitalize method over here. That's why I didn't show you. Okay, so that's the thing. Now second thing is that, okay, these are the few methods guys. I am showing you the, the how you can, process your string data. Okay, if there is a string data you have, okay, so what are the different methods you can process that data? Okay, so try to understand this thing. This is very much important. Okay, so first thing is that the slicing. Okay, you can crop the data or take the small samples of your data as well by using slicing, right? Then what next? You can use the methods. You can use the methods to transform your data as into the lower case or into the upper case, or you can able to replace the few letters as well as the words. If you mention the word, it will be capable. This method is capable to, transform the letters as well, or replace the letters as well. Okay, len function to get the number of, total sum of your total letters in your string value len. Okay, so this is the split method you can use to split your data. That, okay, this is very much important in natural language processing. Okay, when we are dealing with natural language processing, at that time I'll try to show you this thing. This is the one step of NLP, which is nothing but the tokenization. Okay, now let us go ahead and let's try to understand the, when we are dealing with the, now this is a string. Okay, so how to check this is string? By using a type. Okay, by using a type, this is going to be, you can see that the str is nothing but the data type of this particular variable, right? If let's say if there is a x variable, we already, denoted it, already created it above. Okay, let me show you the type of this. Okay, which is nothing but the integer. If let's say there is y variable, okay, let's say 2.5, so you will be able to see the type of this. Okay, which is nothing but the floating point number or the float. Okay, yes, you are free to use the comma. Okay, let's say, okay, like print hello comma word is there. Okay, I just forgot to add this double quote or single quote. Okay, because it is compulsory. Okay, this is here you can see that the hello word. Okay, so okay, let me use this thing. Okay, this is the hello word I just created, and now I just wanted to split this on the basis of comma. Okay, like I just splitted this on the basis of space here. See, now here I can split this on the basis of comma. Okay, so I just mentioned the splitting criteria, which is nothing but the comma. Let me go and run this. Here you can see. Okay, here we just splitted this both the words by using the comma. You can see that the space as well. Okay, because here after the comma you will see that the space, so you will see the space over here as well. Okay, so you can use the any other criteria to split your data as well. Welcome to the session, and there is B. Okay, you guys are awesome, right? This is another case. So is it possible to join these two? Yes, A plus B. Yeah, let's go and run this. Here you can see. Now one more thing is that, okay, here you can, okay, we didn't add the space, so let us add the space over here as well. Okay, so you can use the simple way, you can use the space over here, and this is how you can add the space. There is another way, you can go with any other way. Okay, like I just added the space like this, and let me go and run this. Here you can see. Okay, now here this space is from here. Okay, so there are many ways to do it, right? Now if let's say, okay, let's say there is another variable C called 1000, right? And I just wanted to add different data types. Okay, and in the error as well you will see that what kind of error is this, type error. Okay, which is showing that it can only concatenate the string, not the integer. Okay, so now the thing is that I'll have to convert this into the string. Okay, and how to convert this? By using this. Okay, and let me run this. Now you can see that. Okay, now here you can see that you guys are awesome. 1000. Yeah, so that is how you can add this number into this particular thing. Now you can see that, guys, I just added this string over here. What is this? This is nothing but the casting. Okay, this is the casting. So which means that if the data types are different, if you wanted to add let's say number in your statement, and so you can do this way. Okay, there is another way, you can simply add the number over here. Okay, but sometimes, okay, let's say you are creating a on daily basis, you will have to create the report of your company. Okay, and each and every day the numbers will be different. So how you can generate the reports? So at that time you will have to add some methods over there. Okay, let's say what are the different methods are there. Let's say this is the example. Let's say age equal to 36. Okay, I created the variable age which is equal to 36. How to convert string to number? Simply use, instead of okay, here, okay, let's say, okay, this is your string, so you can't convert this into the integer, right? If this is my string, okay, let's say this is my string, because, okay, let's say Okay, let me show you this thing. Okay, type C and let me run this. Now you can see that this is actually, it's a number, it's an integer, but I just converted its type by adding the two quotes at the beginning, at the end. Okay, now the type of C is going to be the string. Okay, now how I can change this? I can simply use the int C. This is the casting method, guys. This is the casting method. Now if you see the type for this type of C, so you can see that now it's integer. I guess it is showing like this because I didn't add this thing na. So let me use over here, so you will get to know this. Now you can see that the integer is the type of C. Okay, understood? So that's how you can convert the string into the integer, but that particular string should be the number. Okay, you can't convert the string, this type of string, into the integer. Okay, into the number you can't convert this thing. Okay, let's go ahead, guys. Okay, so let's say you are, daily basis, you have to, create the report, and in that report the numbers in your, in the reports will be different in each and every day. So what can it's very difficult to, just go ahead and manually change the numbers, right? So what are the different ways? Okay, let's say this is my text in the report. Okay, like my name is, let's say, Vikram. Okay, okay, my name is Vikram, and I'm, you know this much years old, right? So this is the thing. Okay, now what I can do is I can simply use the, either text dot format method, and here I'll add the age. Okay, now here you can see that, okay, what I did over here, this is the age. Okay, and each and every day, okay, let's say this is, let's say, my company's number, and this is changing each and every day. Okay, and I'll have to update this. Okay, my pattern for sentence, okay, the sentence is same for each and every day, but the number is different. Okay, so I'll have to add the number at this particular place. So over here I'll add the curly brackets. Okay, and I'll use a format method. Okay, and here you can see that I just mentioned the variable name. Okay, and the value of the variable name, and let's go and run this. Now here you can see that my name is Vikram and I'm a 36 years old, right? So this is how you can, use the format method. Okay, understood. Now if someone tell me, like, I just wanted to add the multiple variables, okay, multiple numbers in my sentence, so how can I do that? Okay, so let me give you another example then. Okay, let's say there is some, store, okay, of containing, in the store you will find that there's a few items. Okay, then the price of that item, the quantity of that item, right? So let let's say, okay, let's say your order is, you know your order. Okay, now let's say I want to pay, okay, this thing. Hmm. uh, that not be the case. Like I want, let's say, okay, the number of pieces. Okay, then you can see pieces of item, you will have to mention the number over here, item number. For how many dollars, you will have to mention over here. Okay, so this is the thing. Now what I can do is I'll add the the quantity, because you will see that I want this many pieces, so quantity is there. So let's say quantity, let's go ahead with the 5. Okay, what about next? Pieces of item. Okay, then let's say item number, I can say, or let's say directly go with item number. Let's say any random, right? Then what about next? The price. Okay, so any random price, let's say $50, right? So what I can you do is, okay, I'll use the your order, right, dot format, and I'll add all the things like the quantity. Okay, because here I want the quantity, that's why I entered this first. Okay, then I have to add the item number in the second. Okay, because that item number, then okay, then in the last I'll have to add the price. Okay, and let's run this. So here you go. I want 5 pieces of item number, which is nothing but 234 for $50. Yeah. So that's how you can use the format method. Now, like many of you, okay, like who wanted to, you know, the second thing is that, okay, you wanted to, let's say you just change this thing. Okay, you just change your sentence. Okay, like this. I want to pay this much, you know dollars, and for this much pieces of item number, this much. Okay, now the thing is here, okay, this is the first is nothing but the quantity. I don't want to change this. Okay, quantity, item number, and price. Now the first thing is the price, right? So instead of, instead of this changing, if I can do this in multiple ways. So I can just simply cut this price from here, and I can put this price over here, right? This is the one way. Okay, now what is another way? I can use the index of this price. Okay, this is the zero index, this is the first index, this is the second index. I'll add the index of the variables, okay, which, okay, I put it over here. So this is a price index, which is the 2. Now the dollars for how many pieces? This is the 1. Okay, one index, item number is there. Okay, pieces which means quantity, sorry. So this is a, zero index, right? And item number, which is nothing but the 1 index. Okay, so simply I'll just go and run this, and here you can see. Okay, I want to pay $50 for 5 pieces of item number 234. Okay, so that's how we can use the format method. Okay, either you can use this without index numbers or use this with index number. It's your choice. Understood, guys? Now let's go and talk about the escape character. Okay, uh, let's say I'm just entering the random text. Okay, uh, mm, anything, any random text. uh, let's say again, my name is Vikram. Okay, and I am, let's say, 20 years old, right? So this is my text. Let me go and run this. Okay, now, okay, here you can do, let's say, want to add the, you know the, you know double code to this particular letter. So what will happen? Let me go and run this. I got the error. Now what to do? Okay, I don't want to remove this particular double quote. Okay, I don't want to remove this double quote. Now what I can do is I'll simply use a backslash. I simply use a backslash, okay, at the beginning of this double quote. Wherever double quote is there, which is extra, not the this one, okay, not this one, guys. Okay, the extra in between you added. Okay, so I added two double quotes over here and I added this backslash. This backslash are nothing but the escape characters. Okay, and let me go and run this. Now here you can see I got the output which is showing that print txt. So as we know, we have multiple ways to get the output. You can simply type the text as well. Okay, you can use a print txt as well, right? So see, this is my output and we got the output with the double quotes. Okay, so that's the thing. So this is nothing but the escape character. Many times you will have to use this escape character. Okay, and we'll be explaining this escape character when we are reading the data. Okay, now you are saying why there is a need for this escape character, because sometimes, okay, you are reading the data here. Let's say in my in my particular this link here, you can see that the few forward slash is there, right? So this forward slash is against, again restore by Python for some other purpose. Okay, let's say, okay, this double code is reserved by Python for creating the string, right? Okay, I created the string by entering the string in between the these two double quotes, or you can use two single quotes as well, right? So this is my string. Okay, and we are creating the string by using the double quotes or single quote, right? So that's why I can't use the double quote, okay, in between the string. So if I want the string, if I want the double quote in between the string, so then I'll have to add the you know backslash. So it will automatically ignore this double quote as the you know this double quotes, because the purpose of this double quote is different and the purpose of this double quote is different. Got it? Now let us go ahead and understand few more things. Okay, let's say, okay, this is the thing. Okay, and now, okay, you want this my name is Vikram in the first line and you want this I am 20 years old in this another line. So what I can do is I'll simply use backslash n. Okay, with the help of backslash n, okay, it will give me this particular next this particular sentence into the next line. Okay, let me show you. See, okay, so these are the few escape characters are there, like the backslash. Okay, backslash is there. Then you will see that uh, the backslash n is there. Then you will see that the backslash t is there. Like you will see that the so many escape character. Like if I use the backslash t and let me run these, and here you can see the space, the tab space. Got it? So like that you can use this multiple escape characters, right? Okay, so these are the few escape characters are there. Now what about the booleans? Go with this kind of scenario, what will be the output of this particular print 10 is greater than 9? That is nothing but the boolean output. Now you can see that the output in terms of 0 and 1. Okay, output in terms of 0, sorry, true and false. Yeah, so you can see this thing. So if you add this thing, you can see the false output, right? Now these are nothing but the Boolean values, right? So we are using this in the if else statement, okay, while creating the for loop, okay, while creating the the nested for loop, nested if else statement, okay, we are using it for, okay, in the multiple ways. And in short, okay, like in while we are creating machine learning model, so in at the like in at the time of we are finding out the missing values, okay, so if you just find out the missing values, so it will give you the output in terms of true and false. If you go with the sum, then it will show you the sum, otherwise it will show you the true false value. Okay, you can check that thing. Yeah, so we'll be explaining that thing in the upcoming part of the session. Yeah, so these are nothing but the Boolean values, right? Okay, now this is the official website numpy.org. Okay, go over here and you can see that the numpy, okay, here you can see that you can go ahead and you can explore very much different things. Okay, what are the different things you can explore? You can create n-dimensional array, you can create the n-dimensional arrays, you can create the scalars. Okay, we'll be talking about the scalars as well. Okay, then you can create the multiple types of arrays. Okay, then you can deal with the date time. Date time variable is also important part. Then you can, okay, just go ahead with this constant as well. You can add the constants, okay, by using just np dot, after importing numpy you can use directly np or numpy dot infinity inf nan values. Okay, we'll be using this all, like we'll be using nan, we can use the nan value, we can use the nan value, okay, we can use the pi value, like which means it's a very statistical, we can use this to create a some n-dimensional array, as well as we can use this to do some statistical analysis as well. If you want the complete documentation, you can go here and see the complete documentation, right? See, these many multiple things you can do with the numpy, right? Now there is another way to you know understand this thing. Okay, this is the second thing, which is nothing but the pandas, right? And you can see that this is the pandas documentation. Okay, now pandas is very much important library for data science. Why? Because we are using pandas library for to read the data. Second thing is that to analyze the data, which means that to pre-process the data, as well as to build some plots as well. Yes, there is another library which is matplotlib library, as well as seaborn library. With the help of that you can do some plotting as well, but with the help of this as well you can do the plotting, right? If you wanted to get started, you can just go here and you can go ahead with this, like the starting with importing, which is already there in the anaconda. Pandas is a part of anaconda, so no need to install this again in the pandas lab, the in the anaconda. And these are the different things you can do.